That's right, it's go time for the Mexico City Grand Prix. It's round 18 of the 2021 Formula One World Championship. And I'm going to kick off tonight's show with a question for you, the audience.
Lewis is like Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather was a great defender, always moving.
Feel free to send them in via Twitter using the hashtag GoF1.
Drivers that have switched to teams, Carlos seems to be the one that adapted the best.
And they think Michael Massey's like the referee at a football match. And it's almost like Jurgen Klopp being able to run onto the pitch halfway through a game and say, hang on a second, you can't have this, and lobbying the referee.
He's had what Toto Wolff's described as superpowers, and you and I have seen it year in, year out.
Verstappen's looked like a champion in waiting for a long time, but what's great to see is that he's now being able to challenge Lewis when Lewis is at his peaks.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm actually got a picture of it right here.
Oh, fantastic.
Valtteri seems to struggle a little bit more, whether it's driving style or just his awareness of how to position himself to get past people when you're losing a bit too much aero.
We haven't had a lot of drivers from the Far East getting into Formula One, so I think whenever we get young drivers coming through who do have that heritage and that support, it's a really big deal.
Because of his driving style, we are still there. Otherwise, 6 races ago, Lewis would have been already won the championship, and it would be boring, Formula One.
Your name is one of the most famous names in motorsport. I imagine it's more of a benefit than a hindrance.
The Fittipaldi name, it's probably really easy to get the funding and the sponsorship and stuff, but it's not.
Have absolutely no idea what IndyCar is, and they don't really care about it. All they want is just, all I watch is Formula One.
He always had that step up, and it's not like first year I was here, second year I was here, and third year I was here.
Macau has always been really special, as all Hong Kong drivers know. This is kind of our home race.
I think George Russell was obviously the standout performer there because he timed it perfect to switch to slicks, and you could just see that the confidence that they're having in the car.
Verstappen was just a bit too aggressive, could have backed out a bit more rather than just firing the car over the curb and ultimately, ending up on top of Hamilton's car.
I think that there are a lot more people now focusing on Formula One because of the behind the scenes TV show, and that is all good news.
I have to say, I'm supremely impressed with Pierre Gasly because I know how fast Yuki is.
I've just been interested in, doing cool data analysis with Mercedes. The pre-race simulations that we do, both, before we go to the track.
During the Dutch Grand Prix, when Shamir came, and you really had the feeling they were there to help you as a person. And, anything that makes you feel pampered and looked after and taken care of, it's from human point of view, obviously very well received.
Because you took the truck to Zandvoort and because you could make the lenses so quickly.
And we were actually fascinated to see how many people are behind those cars. I mean, of course, the race team, which is an amazing team and amazing performance, but all the people working in Viry, working in Enstone. And we do think that we can bring good vision to all those people.